I'm a part of the Y generation. I've got a Facebook page dedicated to me. I can Twitter the most intimate details of my life every second to anyone who'll listen. Blogs about me, MySpace about me, the list goes on.
These capabilities fuel the widely held perception that Generation Y, that is, young people born between 1976 and 2001, are self-obsessed internet maniacs. With Earth Hour coming up and the bushfires still an ongoing problem, Panorama went to find out how Generation Y are helping out and if we're really that self-obsessed.
March the 28th marks the third annual Earth Hour. It's an initiative that started in Sydney, and now people all around the world turn off their lights for 1 hour. This year, Monash University's Environment Group is joining in.
What are you guys doing for Earth Hour?
Well, I'm going to be at Caulfield on the Global Earth Hour night for the big switch off between 8:30 and 9:30. I'm going to be at the Caulfield campus, and there's going to be a bike workshop on. There are going to be a whole bunch of beeswax candles, and there are going to be photography students running around taking photos of us making crazy patterns with a small amount of light that's going to be there. It's going to be awesome, and there are going to be bands playing too.
Cool. And what's your experience with young people and volunteering? Do you think the perception that we're selfish is accurate?
No. There's a little bit of apathy amongst the student population, but I'm constantly surprised by how interested and involved other kids are.
Gen Y is also said to ruthlessly climb the corporate ladder and chase promotions. Rosalind Russell from RMIT University was involved in conducting a study about Gen Y and the perception of them in the workplace.
Can see them as sort of annoying little upstarts that want things too quickly and are sort of more driven by technophobes and sort of having a good time. The Generation X is the sort of the ones in the middle. They sort of felt that they had to do their time a bit as well, but they're and they sort of feel like they're sort of trapped in the middle a little bit, and then they had to do the hard yards. And then they see the Generation Y coming in, who want everything in an instant, and because of they're usually more highly qualified at a younger age, so they sort of feel that they're able to jump hurdles quicker than they were able to do that.
And what did the results of the study suggest?
We were a little bit surprised that the Generation Y weren't overly as technical as the perception is, basically, but obviously the greater exposure that they've had to the gadgets and things that the older ones didn't have when they sort of grew up helped them, I guess, adapt at a greater speed to the new technology.
So we're not all as net savvy as old people think. And even if we are, it doesn't mean we'll use our powers for evil, self-serving purposes.
A group that I'm a part of, Case Young Vinnies, our president actually heard about a warehouse that had been loaned to the St Vincent de Paul Society for the use of the bushfire victims. So this was the central hub, one of the central hubs in Victoria, where all the donations were coming in. Food, clothes, furniture, everything that you can think of. And I spent a couple of weeks there, pretty much every day that I could, just sorting through stuff and moving stuff around.
Will Candish is a member of Casey Young Vinnies volunteer group. Young Vinnies use social networking sites to organise volunteer groups in bushfire affected areas.
In my experience, I see so many people that are not selfish at all, are willing to always give a hand. They're not part of consumer generation. They're a part of a society that really cares about our future, in the environment, in the community, in the whole world, actually.
This has been Panorama TV, keeping your news funky fresh.